iOS and Android, two operating systems that is always in a battle that has been going on for more than a decade now. The 10 years battle has not been able to announce the winner. Today, what my team is going to do is compare both operating systems and let you know which will suit your taste.
So let's go a bit on the history for both operating systems. iOS is an operating system based on Darwin, which is an open source Unix-like operating system, which is released by Apple in 2000. Meanwhile, Android is an operating system based on modified version of Linux kernel. iOS was launched on 27th June 2007 by the creator of Apple, Steve Jobs. On the other hand, Android was launched on October 2003, and Android was founded by Rich Miner, Nick Sears, Chris White, and Andy Rubin. The first phone to come with iOS 1.0 was iPhone, and the first Android phone was HTC Dream, and also known as T-Mobile G.
The latest version of Android available today is Android 10. This is the very first Android version to come without a name of a dessert. Previously, every version of Android was given a dessert name. Some of it are known as gingerbread, Kit Kat, marshmallow, and Oreo. Several key features that were added to Android since version 1.0 are Google Assistant, an AI assistant previously known as Google Now, wireless app downloads, meaning that you don't have to connect your phone to PC if you're downloading apps in Google Play Store via PC. Furthermore, the flexibility of OS is the biggest feature of all. The system overall has less restriction than iOS. Coming to iOS, the latest version of iOS available to date is iOS 13.0. Some of the features added to this operating system along the progress from version 1.0 till now are Siri, an AI virtual assistant developed by Apple. Besides that, the other key features are Animoji and Memoji, also 3D Touch, which is a pressure sensing mechanism.
Enough of sejarah. Let's get into the features. Both operating systems have their own app stores. Android's official app store is Google Play Store. Android also have various other app stores such as Samsung's Galaxy Store. Moving on, iOS's app store is called Apple App Store. If you are wondering which app store is bigger, meaning app store that contains more applications, it is certainly Android lah. 1-0. Next, iOS makes sure the apps in their App Store are free from malicious codes that can affect the phone performance and even steal the phone owner's info. This is why the number of apps in Apple App Store is much lower than Google Play Store. So, it's a tie now. 1-1. Let's check out the new features in the latest iOS. iOS 13 now features dark mode, enhanced video editing tools, upgraded privacy, and new voice to Siri, Apple's virtual assistant.
Let's see the new features from Android 10. First, Dark Theme. Second, Google Smart Reply feature is now available for all messaging apps. Next, Android 10 gained enhanced privacy tools. With the Android 10, Google Maps have received private search mode known as the Incognito mode. This is the third Google app to receive this feature after Google Chrome and YouTube. Google also added new features to the navigation bar. Swipe up from bottom to go home. Swipe from left to right to go back. Swipe up and hold to access recently opened apps. Wait a minute. What the Let's talk about customizability. Android is far too ahead of iOS when it comes to customization, as Android can be customized according to the user like, while iOS is the polar opposite. For instance, the default browser. Android allows users to choose any of their desired browser like Google, Mozilla Firefox, Opera Mobile, and so on without any restrictions, whilst iOS registers users into using only Safari as the default browser. iOS allows users to download the other browsers, but users cannot set them as the default browser. The next example will be more clearer on why Android is far too ahead. The launcher, also known as home screen of a smartphone. Android users have the possibilities to change the entire launcher and set it as the default launcher for the phone. Launchers such as Nova Launcher from Google Play Store is one of the best free third-party launchers you can get for Android. The other example we can talk about is widget usability. Widget essentially is a shortcut for users to enter an app. Android users use widget to customize and control their apps, while iOS only allows to move apps into groups. iOS is very limited when comparing to what an Android can do. In order to bring customizing options to iOS, the OS need to be jailbroken. Tutorial on how to jailbreak an iPhone will be added soon in Studio, but in the meantime, you can check out other videos on jailbreaking iOS.
Next, the ROM. ROM is considered the most technical part of customization with the idea of users. ROM enables users to replace a whole new set of operating system according to their likes instead of using the Android version that comes with the device. In Android, there are a bunch of custom-built ROMs around the shell of Android in order to make them compatible with users' device, while iOS does not have the feature at all.
Battery life in both Android and iOS are pretty good, but since iOS is a closed source operating system, it tends to optimize the battery more. Android is an open source operating system, which means that the battery optimization need to be universal so that it can be fitted in any future Android smartphones. This is also a good reason why Android smartphone manufacturers uses their own UI, user interface. So what does this UI really does? So this UI, it can smoothen up the smartphone as well as you can optimize the battery much more better, and also makes the overall experience of using the smartphone much more comfortable and much more easier. So the conclusion that we can give is, if you are a person into a closed ecosystem, then Apple is the right solution for you because it is safe as well as it uses only its ecosystem such as the iTunes and so on. If you're a person who are into more flexibility and customization, then no other options, Android is the best solution for you. This is simply because it is really customizable as well as you can just literally do anything with your smartphone. Just change whatever you want and enjoy the phone. Make it as personal for you. You can show it to others that this is really my phone. This is really what I wanted to be. Hope this video really helped you guys. Really hope that we gave you a clear-cut answer on who can go for which operating system. So that's all from us for now. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Hope you really like this video. Just give the thumbs up or the thumbs down, is up to you. Give an honest comment as well as subscribe. Hit the bell icon button so that you get instant notification on our next video. See ya.